Nest, saying she needs more time, gets physically ready to compete at the highest level after being out of action for over 18 months. The former Wimbledon and French Open champion had a four-year doping ban cut to 9 months in March and made her return as a wildcard at the Miami Open, where she fell in the first round to Paulo Badosa. Now, let's say congratulations to Jan-Lennard Struff, who won his first title with a 7-5, 6-3 victory over Taylor Fritz in the BMW Open final on Sunday. The 28th ranked German player had lost in previous 3 appearances in the final, but he converted 5 of 11 break points against Fritz to win in 1 hour, 19 minutes. Okay, now let's look at what is happening today. We've got the qualification for the Madrid Open ATP 1000 going down today. Same as the WTA category. The qualifications going down. But remember, we have the Concepcion in Chile ATP Challenger. Nicola Alvarez by 8:30 tonight will take on Juan Carlos Prado Angelo as Gonzalo Bono battles Nicola Zanelato. Well, the first game today by 6 o'clock is 6 o'clock. We'll see Godo Justo against Juan Pablo Ficovec. We've got tournaments going down in Ostrava, Czech Republic. We have that of ATP Challenger in Italy, Rome, where we have Nemar Fatish against Jasper Lejeune. The first game of today, we see Andre Andreev against Billy Harris. In the Savannah, USA, ATP Challenger, Dmitry Popko battles Bruno Kazuhara by 7 o'clock tonight. Same time, Tyson Kwiatkowski will be up against Tenny Sangren as Tristan Boyer battles Giancarlo Oliveira. The last game of the day by 10:30 tonight, we see Maxime Javier against Patrick Gibson. Now, moving on away from tennis this morning, let's go talk Formula One. Talking Formula One this morning, Lando Norris confirmed his elevation into Formula One's elite with an exceptional drive to second place in the Chinese Grand Prix. The winner was inevitable. Max Verstappen's Red Bull was out of touch of everyone else as usual, but Norris was class of the rest of the field in his McLaren. Now, it more than made up of his mistake at the start of the sprint race on Saturday, with threw away the advantage he had gained through an outstanding performance in qualifying to take sprint pole position by more than a second in the wet. Now, talking about the driver standings after what went down over the weekend. Max Verstappen leading the drivers log with 110 points. Sergio Perez is second. Charles Leclerc is third with 76 points. Sergio Perez, who's second, is with 85 points. Carlos Sainz is with 69 points, placed fourth, while Lando Norris is fifth with 58 points on the standings. That is the update we are seeing here from that Formula One standings. However, looking at the next race, that is the Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix, and it's going down 3rd to 5th of May. So let's see. But remember, Red Bull is leading the team standings with 195 points. Ferrari second with 151 points. McLaren is third with 96 points, while Mercedes is fourth with 52 points. Away from that, let's go straight to the second half of the show, where we talk football. The Nigeria Premier Football League games went down over the weekend, with teams picking points on the road and some teams being bashed on the road as well. Do not go anywhere. This is Kickoff Sports Show live on Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Okay, check your time right now. It is 9:14. A quick look at the Nigeria Premier Football League games that went down over the weekend. And following the results that came over the weekend, how are these teams doing on the NPFL log after the match day 31 at different centers across Nigeria? Enugu Rangers, despite their defeat against Rivers United on the road, still maintains number one spot on the NPFL log, and there's something Fidelis Electrical is cooking with the side. The weather for Enyimba International went on the road, picked a point in Akure against Sunshine Stars of Akure as the game ended 1-1. Enyimba is second with 52 points. Lobby Stars had a draw at home against Bendel Insurance. Goalless was the scoreline, and Lobby Stars is third on the NPFL log with 52 points, tied with Enyimba International. Plateau United fourth on the NPFL log. Remember, Plateau United defeated Remo Stars 1-0, and Remo Stars is fifth on the NPFL log. Shooting Stars, after the defeat against Heartland FC of Owerri on Friday, is sixth on the NPFL log with a total of 49 points. And the total loss for Shooting Stars this season is 10. Shooting Stars has lost 10 games this season, drawn 7 matches and won 14. But talking about Sporting Lagos, this team that had Abdullahi Bifo as their new gaffer after firing their former boss, lost against Katsina United 2-0. Now with 38 points, 13th on the NPFL log. More trouble for Sporting Lagos, 2 points away from the drop zone. Now talking about teams in the drop zone after 31 games, Bayelsa United with 36 points, Aqua United with 34 points, Heartland FC with 29 points, Gombe United with 22 points. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we talk more. Do not change the dial.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Ibadan brings up for a life-changing encounter as Tefila Charismatic International presents Wato, Words and Tongues Only. Theme, Eya Asha Eya, I am that I am. Ministering with Holy Ghost and power. Sojia Deleke, Oluwaloni Bisi, Pastor Silas Omoloye, Dave Ugo, Obed Basi, and the host, John Olumayowa. Wato will be happening live on the 26th of April 2024 by 10 p.m. at Tafo Arena, Ijokodo Ibadan. For more information, please call 0706 891 1859. 0706 891 1859. Word, worship, wonders under one roof with one God. Wato, an encounter with I Am That I Am.
United have taken the lead at very close range. Scott McTominay couldn't miss. He set the ball rolling against Liverpool, and he's done the same here at Wembley. There he is, so dangerous in the air. Harry Maguire, and it is 2-0, and we're still ticking on to the end of the first half. And that's a big setback for Coventry, but a great moment of impetus. Rashford seemed to change his mind. It gets to Bruno Fernandes, and it's ended up in the back of the net. And that could be curtains for Coventry. 3-0. And when the big games come around, Bruno Fernandes is usually at the heart of the matter.
Looks and feel different, but it was his whole upper body.
More defending to be done here. And it's swept in by Sims. So Coventry do get a goal, and Ellis Sims with 20 minutes left. Mark Robins, a great goal scorer himself as a player, has brought one here in pursuit of a moment that would give us a rattling good climax. O'Hare deflected, and it is 3-2, and we have got that climax. He's the cheerleader and the goal scorer. This is the FA Cup. Cross by Wright, they're lining up at the far post. There's a shout for handball. It's a penalty in the 93rd minute. He waits again, Haji Wright. That's his style. Here he goes, and scores! 3-3. One of the great semi-final recoveries. The spirit, if you like, of 1987. But this is Mark Robins' team now, and they are heroes to those fans, and rightly so. So, if you like, Champions League against Championship, and he's missed it, a save. It was an attempt to Panenka it. Oh, he's missed it. Sorry for him. United have to score the last one, or maybe the last one they have. This can win it, and it does. And United will play City. It's a Manchester FA Cup final again for the second season in a row.
Okay, so that was the drama for Manchester United over the weekend as they struggled against Coventry to zoom to the final of the English FA Cup. Well, Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana has come out to say that, well, we just have to move on. Despite the hauler recorded in the game against Coventry City, most especially conceding goals. But how can they be better in the final against Manchester City?
Well, a lot of things happening this season, so I don't. If you put everything in the table, we can speak about everything, about injuries, player, about bad luck, But that are not excuses, no. But we miss a lot of important players as well, and it's difficult for such a big club, for such big players to play without missing other players. But I don't pay that much attention about how many goals or how many shots we concede, because in the end of the day it's about winning. Today we won, so I have to look forward.
So it's not really about the goals, it's about the wins, and that came from Andre Onana, the Cameroonian goalkeeper. And well, it is what it is. Everything just went in favor. Almost went against Manchester United, but still went in favor of Manchester United. However, remember, Premier League matches were decided over the weekend. And, we saw Liverpool come back, beating Fulham 3-1. Some players are already returning to Liverpool squad. And for Jurgen Klopp, believes that the title race is still open.
Look, I don't question these kind of things. We were before that. Obviously, didn't gain an awful lot of points in that period, but I think it was still 1 or 2. So, okay, we should have won games. We didn't. That's not great, but we created a lot. So, and we are in the situation we are because of the character of these boys. Nobody expected us to be here, and here we are. And that's because of the boys. And so, yeah, it's the run-in. Obvious. There's no interruption anymore. No international football, at least not for us. Actually, for besides Aston Villa, no English team. So we all can concentrate on that, and that's what we probably will all do. And so, yes, I'm really happy with today. We made these changes because we were 100% convinced we have to. It was not a gamble or whatever. It was we play on Wednesday and then we play on Saturday. On Saturday we are already in London again, which is crazy enough, but that's how it is. And so we need to make these changes before the players give me the obvious sign. I'm done. And really happy with that.
Well, for Jurgen Klopp's side, we'll be facing Everton in the Merseyside Derby in the next 2 days. However, for Arsenal, who defeated Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-0, for Mikel Arteta, now the team needs to start proving that they can win the Premier League title.
Look at the amount of games that we played in the last few weeks, the type of game that we have played, and the attitude and the way they run today, again, it's tough, but it's within them. They want to win, they want to compete at the best, and their effort is unquestionable. And the results, that's something else, but I'm really happy, especially for the approach and the mentality of the team.
Arsenal's next game is tomorrow against Chelsea. That is a London derby, right? And this will also determine if Arsenal can really fight for the title. Well, remember, Chelsea we'll be going into this one after that exit against Manchester City in the FA Cup. But games are going down today, not in the Premier League, but in the Italian Serie A and in the Spanish La Liga. AS Roma, the Italian Serie A, will take on Bologna by 5:30 today. And I will be serving you updates concerning that game on Extra Time this evening by 6:30. AC Milan, Inter Milan, the Milan Derby is going down tonight by 7:45. Remember, the El Clasico that went down last night, where Real Madrid came from a goal down to beat Barcelona 3-2. Now, a lot of people already say that for Bellingham, maybe we can say this is the time for him that he can win the Ballon d'Or. And I'm saying this is too early. I say it again. This is too early to start nominating Bellingham for Ballon d'Or. Yeah, it's open for debate. Now, in the Spanish La Liga, Sevilla will take on Mallorca by 8 o'clock tonight. Now, looking at more updates from that end this morning, look at what we are also expecting. Remember, players and teams will be making the decisions, taking the decisions on where to go, who to join, what to pitch a tent with. And, remember, we spoke about Zinedine Zidane over the weekend, saying that there is no vacancy in Germany. We don't know what Manchester United will be doing at the end of the season. A lot of Manchester United fans are already saying that, hey, open the exit door for Ten Hag to say goodbyes to Manchester United. Now, checking out updates here. Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester United are reportedly interested in signing Real Madrid left back Ferland Mendy this summer. That is according to a report we are getting. And for David Moyes has shrugged off speculations about his future and challenged West Ham to win their last 5 matches and qualify for Europe again. Now, Bayern Munich have reportedly reignited their interest in Frankie de Jong and have inquired about the possibility of signing the Barcelona midfielder. 9:27 is the time. We'll wrap up the show, move to the other side. Well, look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. We're getting that update from Ondo State about the APC primaries that produced Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the sitting governor, as the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress. We're looking at that on the show this morning and looking at other headlines coming from different Nigerian newspapers. My name is Oladapo Okunobi. Good morning.
I want to be the one to make you smile every day you look in my eyes. I want to be the one to make you love and love again. Oh, I want to be the one to make you never forget how it feels. I want to be the one to make you smile every day. My morning man, oh, love me man, oh, my morning man, oh, my morning man, oh, love me bad, oh. You never forget what it feels like to be with a woman in your life who knows what you really want. I want you to never forget what it feels when the sun shines so bright. Oh, in the morning time when you wake up with a glow. Oh, you are my morning man. I wanna be with you, darling. I wanna be the first thing you see early in the morning, as the sun rises, you're my morning star. Oh, morning man, oh, my morning man, oh, my morning man, oh, morning man, oh. Smile every day you look in my eyes. I wanna be the one to make you love and love again. You are my morning man, oh. My morning man, my morning man.
Let's be dynamic with your morning update and make it better with Kickoff Sports Show, where we will be serving you all the latest from tennis, basketball, Formula One, football, exclusive interviews, and lots more.
Hamilton going for the move on Alonso at the 130. These two great side by side.
Martinelli! Oh yes! Gabriel Martinelli is back with a bang!
Headlines from Nigerian newspapers, behind the papers from the stand, analysis on burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism but corruption.
The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to?
You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is Oladapo Okunobi.
My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
My name is Adedamola Lafenwa.
And my name is Favor Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
Radio is all about information, education, and entertainment.
Maybe that's before now. Solutions 93.9 FM has raised the standard of radio broadcast to preferring solutions in all human angle. 939 FM, the remedy.
the start of a new week, and I do believe that you're excited to return back to work after a very swell weekend. For some of us who had some were, somewhat at home. But either ways, it's a great Monday, as they do call it Money Making Monday. So I hope that you have the most prosperous start of the week. Exactly 33 minutes gone past the hour of 9, and it's about time we look through the front pages of our Nigerian newspapers, get a perspective on the trending stories with analysis and feedback from you as well. Welcome to the show. My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
Well, Oladapo Kunubi is my name. Good morning, Nigerians. However, I know a lot of people have been monitoring that primaries in Ondo State, and at the end of the day, we produced Loki Ayedatiwa as the governorship flag bearer for the All Progressives Congress (APC) ahead of the governorship polls right there in that state. We'll be playing the voice of Loki Ayedatiwa in the course of the show, but I got with me the Punch and the Nation newspapers here.
Alright, I'll be taking stories from the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard newspaper. Let's get right into it.
Ready?
Alright, we start off this morning from the Nigerian Tribune. Fluent villagers seek refuge from bandits in Zamfara government house. Alleged 80.2 billion naira fraud. EFCC, Yahya Bello continue battle in appeal court. More confusion over Ganduje suspension. Parallel ESCOs in counterclaims. You don't belong to APC. Ganduje word tells mastermind of fresh suspension. Find that story on page 23. RCCG pastor orders abducted in Oyo regain freedom. NDLEA arrests 3 wanted drug kingpins, intercept Oman-bound drug consignment. 25 passengers burnt to death in Kogi accident. God rest their soul. Media Complaint Commission to adjudicate on military unlawful detention of First News editor Olatunji. FG to roll out CNG vehicles before May the 29th. Protest rocks under over APC governorship primaries. These are the stories on the front page of the Tribune paper.
All right, now let's go straight to the Punch newspaper this morning to punch down headlines from that side. Well, looking at the cap headlines are coming from the Punch newspaper this morning. FG probes a $500 million local content loans project. Equity market suffers 1.6 trillion naira loss in 1 week. Army vows revenge after terrorists kill 6 soldiers. And looking at the pocket headline, Ondopo, Akinteriwa, others protest as Ayedatiwa wins APC ticket. Emefiele social programs, that is the banner headline coming from the Punch newspaper this morning. Emefiele social programs, banks withhold 530 billion naira CBN fund. Cardozo may order refund. 2 riders to that headline. Access Bank, GTFC and B6 others keep unused funds. SMEs seek fresh loans. NFRU, NIRSAL to tackle anchor borrowers, loan defaulters. CBN rules out intervention. And you can see the CNG buses on the front page picture of the Punch newspaper this morning, with that headline saying FG rolls out 2,700 CNG buses tricycle May 18. Other headlines here. Kwara shots Abattoir to probe poisonous meat allegation. Motorist residents are stranded as flood overruns Lagos-Ogun roads. I remember there was warnings before that. Outrage over discrimination against Nigerians at Abuja Chinese supermarket. This and more you can get from the Punch newspaper this morning.
Alright, away from the Punch, let's now move over to the Vanguard newspaper. Nigeria secures 2.25 billion loan from World Bank at 1% interest rate. Top manufacturers list woes incurs 266 billion losses in 1 year. Under Guba, protests as 4 APC aspirants call for primary cancellation. Akwama Iwo identifies 11 persons killed by military, 413 houses destroyed. DIA versus Olatunji, NPAN, NGE, NPO, BON, CSO's orders refer disputes to Ombudsman. More stories from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. PDP YWK was allowed into National Caucus meeting, Senate Minority Leader. Nigeria set to receive fresh 2. Okay, I've taken this already. Intrigue as new Ganduje Ward ESCO emerges, suspends national leader. Akoko-Edo, PDP stakeholders meet, plot victory for Ighodalo. These are the stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper.
I mean, talking about Ganduje suspension, remember last week there was a story about a suspension. Then APC came out, suspended the executive members of that ward that suspended the PDP, the APC national chairman. And on Sunday, another story came out of suspending Ganduje. So who do we believe? More to come from that end. Now let's go straight to the next newspaper, which is the Nation newspaper. Okay, looking at the Nation newspaper this morning and checking the headlines we have from that paper. Alebiosu appointed AG NDCO First Bank, and $1.7 billion traded in 1 week on Forex window. Naira records gains. Editors detention. NPO reforms matter to media ombudsman. Olubado appointment process on course, says Oyo government. Banks are in frantic moves to put recapitalization plans on course. Jonathan Abdusalami orders to discuss state police at House Dialogue. Banner headline screaming on the Nation newspaper. Ayedatiwa declared Ondo APC candidates amid protests. Right as to this headline. Aspirants kick as governor wins in 16 councils. Aketeriwa in EFCC custody. Oh, okay. Army vows to avenge killing of 2 officers, 4 soldiers in another ambush. Right after the headline, villagers are fleeing from bandits move to government house. You took that headline on Tribune newspaper. The same picture we have on the front page of the Punch newspaper. We have that on the front page of the Nation newspaper concerning the CNG pod vehicles. Federal government set to roll out CNG pod vehicles. Ekiti teachers to get 138 million naira car housing loans. Poison Kwara shots Abattoir. These and more headlines that we have been able to give you this morning. And now we move to the other side where we look at, the burning issue, if you call it. But some also saying what is trending, most especially that acceptance speech coming from Ayedatiwa after he was announced as the winner of the primaries right there in Ondo State APC.
I'm proud of all of you for this sacrifice to be here at this time. Thank you for being loyal party members. Thank you for being worthy delegates. More particularly for the affirmation that all of you deed. The delegates from the 203 wards that have found that which was announced earlier by the chairman, the governorship election. Sometimes, after a context like this, comes with discordant tunes. But this is not the time to hold grudge against one another, but for all of us to come together to work for the success of our great party.
Well, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa there, with his acceptance speech, yeah, you could feel the roundiness in that event. But if we look at this, as you remember, we were saying that Jimoh Ibrahim looked like a man that could have, given Lucky Aiyedatiwa a run for his money ahead of the primaries. However, another angle to that was that a lot of people still, complained about the primaries, not really done well, spilling over to the following day, and more talking about the organization in the APC in Ondo State. But maybe someone who is ambitious, or maybe someone who has got the vote of the people in Ondo State ahead of the election. I mean, if this could happen within the party.
Well, this election doesn't really surprise me. The outcome of the election doesn't surprise me because Aiyedatiwa, as it is a sitting governor and never has been recorded. Or in the rarest case, you find that a sitting governor would be on seats, not even in the primary or the main election.
Yeah, it happened in Lagos. Ambody.
Ambode is coming back according to what we're hearing. So it's probably, but what I don't know is if it's coming back as a governor or, some speculations are saying he was supposed to get a ministerial appointment, but we're yet to get ambassadors. So maybe he's going to get that. But the speculations everywhere is coming back to politics. So we're looking forward to that. We have Comrade joining us this morning for analysis, particularly with what happened in Ondo State. Some are calling for cancellation, some are calling for the refund of their money. You put out money for vote buying as it's been alleged. So
is it vote buying, but is it vote buying for the delegates? I don't know. But maybe how it works right there. I'm not a politician.
That's what we're saying. Okay.
Comrade, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
All right.
Top of the morning.
Yes. Now, can we say the primaries are over in Ondo State? You heard the acceptance speech of Lucky Aiyedatiwa. And,
yes.
So, some saying, yes, like it wasn't well coordinated. Maybe for Ododo, who chaired that primaries, based on the crisis in his state and his leader that is being looked for, investigated by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Maybe the reason that wasn't well coordinated. But what do you take out of that primaries?
Well, what I want say is that if you followed, and let me just quote the result. The gentleman, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who won, scored less than 50,000 or thereabout. And Olushola Oke scored 15,000. Another candidate scored 14,000, and other minors. And if you look at all of that, usually it doesn't come out like that. Aiyedatiwa will have scored, out of the registered voters, Aiyedatiwa will have scored 90%, and they will allocate, figures to the other ones. But I saw that in a particular location, there were two locations. The electoral officer was asked, it's a party thing, and the electoral officer was asked by party members who were to vote that where was the result sheet, allocated to that particular voting location. And the electoral officer pointed in the direction of a particular gentleman who happens to be a honorable commissioner in Aiyedatiwa's cabinet. and the people promptly pounced on the man and gave him the beating of his life. That gives us an insight into the way we are. Look, there's an election ongoing. An electoral officer has been designated to perform the duties pertaining to the processes there. What was the result sheet doing with the honorable commissioner? So that is one of the challenges. You understand? All these do or die thing. You see, democracy is not an event. It is a process. And we have been there before. But even at that, party machinery was used in wholesome ways. But now, the man that is sitting in the office of the governor holds all the levers of power. It used to be a party, but now it is governor. One man cannot become an institution over and above everybody. But I know we are evolving, and we will continue to evolve. But the result shows that there were other factors. It was not only the Aida Tiwa. But that shows that for Aida Tiwa to win, you understand, he has to work hard. I mean, elections are different from party affair, you understand? Yeah. That you have to go out there. Don't forget that he goes as deputy governor from Owo. That is to assuage the feeling of loss of our people. Well, the man who chose, the man he chose as deputy governor, I hope the man is on ground. I'm sure that the man is on ground. So maybe that will assuage, because these things are sectoral, senatorial districts and all of that. Either comes from a particular senatorial district, that is the deputy governor from the senatorial district. Those are two senatorial districts. And then the likes of Olushola, who comes from another. So, in fact, 90% of the candidates came from one senatorial district. So he has to go all out to win these people to his side if he wants to win, and win handsomely. Because if you win handsomely, you will have some respite to govern. Because if you are distracted from governance itself, it will be a loss to the people. So he has some work to do. He has not been around for long. He has work to do on ground. I'm talking about that Senator Jimoh Ibrahim.
Jimoh Ibrahim, yeah.
You see, all you saw Jimoh Ibrahim do was for appearances. Jimoh Ibrahim is not on ground, physically, politically. He's a bird of passage. When the time and need arises, he will go to the area and do appearances, and off he goes again. He has one huge, monstrous mansion in his village, which he constructed. I remember it was during the burial of Olusegun Agagu when he was putting finishing touches to it, because that was where we were hosted. So that's he doesn't have that. He's a businessman, globally flying around and all of that. But he made appearances. Imagine the cost of those TV appearances the man made on channel. For how many hours? You understand? Yeah? But the voters don't watch channels. That's the problem. The voters in Ondo, they don't watch channels. They don't even have access to channels.
Why?
So
now, comrade, you said something about the aspirant, which you said has an edifice in that is Jimoh Ibrahim. That was the same thing that Rotimi Akeredolu, may God bless his soul, did also. He was based in Ibadan and going home to contest. He lost twice. And the third time, yes, came and he got it. So now the question is, why do we have people who are not on the ground, always show interest when election period comes?
You see, there is something about some of them. Akeredolu had established himself in legal practice. And you see, beyond legal practice, go and ask legal practitioners. They will tell you that what the man stood for. You understand? He became NBA president. He was political. He was one of the leading lights against the impeachment of Senator Ladoja. So he had been involved in all of this. And then, in his first attempt, it was Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the leader of the ACN then that propelled him, you understand? That propelled him to go and run. He did not win, but by the second time, he would have established a network And then by the second time, of course, he was not a favorite of Asiwaju, but by that time, he was already having a platform and help, I say help, from the presidency in the likes of Fayemi and in the likes of former governor of Lagos State, all of whom were not favorably more disposed to Asiwaju. They helped him, he secured the party nomination, and that time around, he won. So, outsiders, you may see, but some of them have grounding, you understand, and they established it and worked with it. Some will just come, like birds of passage, do their time and go back, go away, and, leave no trace. We have seen that a number of times. So, some who, when you have feelings, you understand, you are far away, you are still connected in your spirit, you have an opportunity, then you establish your roots and stay there. Or someone will come and take whatever they want to take, and you don't hear of them anymore. So that is for the people to look at. For those who are presented to them, I say, oh, this will govern well. A man that does not have connection, you understand? You have to be connected beyond politically. You have to be connected in your spirit to have a desire to serve the people. To serve the people. Service is it. Anything beyond service. Yes, there are different forms of service. Service to God, service to humanity, and service to self. Service to self too.
Okay.
Well, let's hope that at the end of the day, the aggrieved parties will reach a compromise. Otherwise, they know what to do: go to court and see where that.
They are not going to court. They won't go to court. They will settle it.
All right, let's talk about the economy for a bit. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has recently disclosed that Nigeria has secured a 2.25 billion single interest loan, which some people have, described as a very friendly loan. According to the minister, he called it free lunch because it's going to span over 40 years and the interest is just 1%. Interesting news, you may say, but I have a challenge, especially with the spike in our inflation. And one factor we must consider with loans are the corruption that we experience as a people right here in Nigeria. We've collected several loans. We're currently servicing debt, and the loans that we've collected, we're yet to see dividends of this loan, and we're still securing a loan worth 2.25 billion naira from the World Bank. What is the loan for? Again,
you see, there is apparently no serious challenge with the issue of loans. The challenge with loan is to what end is the loan being procured? Is it for consumption or is it for production? Yes, favorable terms, 1% over a year, 40-year period. And, of course, you will get some moratorium if you negotiate well.
Absolutely.
So you see, 2.5, what is it? What is the purpose? Is it, we have gotten low monies before and then we distribute. All of that is not towards production. It has to be towards production. And some of these loans that are supposed to do something, everything that you are going to get, every material input will be from Europe and the United States. That is not helping our economy. If you get a loan now and you say, okay, there will be construction and all of the content, 90%, 75%, of the input will be from local content. You are growing the local economy. But when you get a loan, and then the content of the loan will be 80%, shipped from you. It is that economy that you are growing. You're not growing our economy here. That is what helps. So the content of the loan, what is it for? Production, and even if it gets to production, the elements of production, are they going to be procured internally or are they going to be procured externally? Because you will notice that Thursday, Friday, the Naira lost a little bit of ground. The federal government, through the central bank in its monetary policies, has supported the Naira. You can only do that for a short period of time, short, medium term. The long-term thing is production. ease the pressure on the naira. What are the forces producing pressure? Products, petroleum products. Thank God Dangote is stepping into that space. That will ease the pressure on the naira, on the demand for dollar, in terms of billions, and I mean billions of naira. Then the second one is educational tourism. Educational tourism. How much of our FX allocation are the industries getting? You understand? At what rate? So when the pressure is off the naira, educational tourism, medical tourism, and all sorts of frivolity. They say if you don't produce it, don't eat it. I have seen Nigerians in the past fortnight who are top middle class. They're not middle class. The middle class, and you know there used to be lower middle class, middle class, top middle class. Look, forget about the the lower and middle class. They're out of it. They are poor, and they're not poor. The top middle class are those who still earn salaries. There are some certain sectors of the economy, and they earn above, anybody earning above 500,000, even 500,000 is not top middle class. It doesn't mean middle class. 1 million, 2 million plus. They tell me they do gardening in their compounds now. One man told me he planted flowers. He has uprooted the flower. He does vegetable and all of that. And, you know, so when we start doing that, you know, there will be pressure ease on some of these things. And the things, the love for foreign taste. Don't produce it, don't eat it.
So, comrade, is it a situation of, you know, our ministers not being aware? Because the conversation on production has been proffered as a solution to our, you know, failing economy. Is it a case of they're not aware that we need to do this before, you know, procuring more loans from World Bank and other international monetary agencies?
The place of production, the place of loans. Yeah, there may be some, meeting point. But production, you are not going to jumpstart production like you are starting a car. You know, the short-term defense of the naira can be done, but it has to be aligned with, while you're doing that, processes of jacking up production, you know, escalating production. Because it cannot be done like the snap of a finger. You can provide, you know, foreign exchange to defend the naira for a short while. For those other factors, then the manipulation, the economic issue is beyond the matter of foreign exchange. It goes way beyond foreign exchange. There are other factors that are also involved. So all of that, that's the fiscal policy side of the economy. All of that has to go on too. But before it manifests, it takes a while. That is what we should understand. There's no magic wand about governance. We did not get at this location overnight. It is a journey we have been on since since the mid-70s. That is it. Our consumption, our taste. Okay, when last did you wear fabric that was manufactured in Nigeria? All the cotton, you know, the fabric manufacturing companies in Nigeria, they're dead. And imagine the tens of thousands of direct people in employment that they do, and then the indirect in hundreds of thousands. These are things we should look at, honestly, frankly, and address them, so that max 2 years, things will have been rep-dropped on the production side. All those loans and all of that, stop-gap measures, production is the bottom line. But I think that the fiscal policy people, you cannot see what they're doing like you are seeing what the central bank governor is doing on the monetary side. Okay. Theirs is not visible like that until it yields results.
Okay, comrade. Now, we keep talking about production. I mean, in 2 minutes, let's just talk about what is producing crisis in APC. A particular faction, this would be, a particular faction last week from a ward, you know, suspended Ganduje, the party chairman, and the party national chairman. And another ward executive also suspended him for the second time.
His ward, actually.
From his ward. But if this is happening twice, Or remember APC, the first executive that suspended Ganduje got suspended by the national body. But what is the problem? In 2 minutes.
Okay, let's go to the background. The background story is that what prevented Ganduje from becoming a minister under Tinubu? He was a key man in the campaign and support for Tinubu.
Yes.
It is that same factor that was taken into consideration that prevented the president from nominating him into his cabinet. It is that same factor that is pursuing Ganduje. It will pursue Ganduje. Look, the moment Ganduje was made a minister, I knew that the man had been sacrificed and the processes of sacrifice will continue.
You mean made the chairman, the national chairman of the party?
He had been sacrificed. He has been already placed on the altar to be sacrificed. It's just a continuation of the processes, and then when you want to do sacrifice, you will get the firewood, you will get the meat, and then you will get the stone, and then you put something on it before you now place the meat on the grill itself. That is all that you do. And then you light the fire, and then the sacrifice begins. The moment he was made chairman, he had been designated as for sacrifice. And you see, it is not the force in Kano. Rabi Musa Kwankwaso is the force, and I say the force in Kano. And the president will not take that for granted in 2027. Rabi Musa Kwankwaso is expected to come to APC, and he's not going to come to APC with Ganduje as the chairman of that party. You understand? The man will be sacrificed. It is just a matter of time. Somebody was telling me it's a playbook. They have written the playbook and they are just applying it. They applied it against Adam Oshiomhole. They applied it against Yoche Ayu. It's a playbook. And I think it's just a perfect playbook that works anywhere. And then you run to court. And when you run to court, you get one order or injunction. You have to vacate it. And the process of vacating it, by the time they are fighting, the party will say, party is above every other person. Let the chairman step aside. While the order is, they pursue the vacation of the order. And then it becomes history. It's a playbook. I mean, it works everywhere.
I mean, a similar thing happened to Adam Oshiomhole. So,
it happened to your child.
Yes. So I think that playbook concept might just be the trajectory.
They suspended him. The state ESCO suspended those ones. Even the new ones that are being in place, they are suspending him. It's a playbook. So the man is a sacrificial lamb. The moment he was nominated, made chairman and not nominated in the cabinet, it was clear. Look at the same thing happened to what do you call him, the former governor of Kaduna. The drama for 2027. We have a president who is a strategist, a long-term planner. He's seeing and the configuration. Look at what he's doing in River. So because the possibility of the entire North Emma not supporting him, so he's mapping out a strategy. It's a strategy. If you have Kano, if you have Rivers, and all those strategies, so it's politics. Politics is about interest and power. Power games are deadly games.
I mean, maybe the reason some people run away from politics if you don't know how to play the game. Comrade, let's just move on this morning. I know by 4 o'clock you'll be able to talk more on this on Political Update. Thank you very much, Comrade.
My pleasure to have a most fruitful week. God bless you. God bless our union.
And God bless Nigeria. Well, Comrade Ayode Ajishokwe there, and here we'll move to the other side where we talk health. Well, Victory, what are we looking at on Solutions Clinic this morning?
Well, on Thursday, the 25th of April, would be the World Malaria Day, which is commemorated every year on that date. So today we're going to be addressing malaria. There is a supposedly new vector, a new malaria species ravaging Africa as it is. So we're going to address that. amongst other issues. We're gradually running into the rainy season, and as we all know, mosquitoes thrive, in water. So we're going to address this, keeping your environment clean, using the mosquito insecticide treated net, a host of other factors that must be considered if you must defeat and curb malaria in our society.
Don't play with malaria. You understand? On Maumi Angelique Joe, play now play. My name is Oladakwa Okunubi. Do not go anywhere. Solutions Clinic coming up next.
It is better to look before you leave. If you body hear me, then no go die for horror film. You go see road where light no day, you go won't follow. Or you go like to do fast waiting, you feet swallow. Don't get me wrong, I know the will of God is supreme. But even Jesus said, my parables it all go. You have to look before you leave. No answers for the weak. I know who they ask for road, I know they lost so. You supposed to know when no stress, you have to read the sign before it is to their cause. The many things you can see, so should make your eyes to red, yeah. Should tell you things you need to hear. Should tell you things you need to hear. America de cacudo e bejo pelo. Enuke mauna ma etonye ye benyi. Dodo e anason la kemengba putolo. Cha cha sanson e la na ojanyi. I don't know na do pe oh I know that pelo. Hey want ya no water do na mesia me. America de cacudo e bejo pelo. Enuke mauna ma etonye benyi lo. Should tell you things you need. Should tell you things you need. Do pepe doni, do chocoto doni, do pepe doni, do chocoto doni, ayeba. Do pepe doni, do chocoto doni, do pepe doni, do chocoto, do chocoto, do pepe doni, do chocoto doni, do pepe doni, do chocoto doni, do pepe doni, do chocoto doni.